Yo, what's going on, guys? The Worst Duelist here. So today on the channel, I actually have my boy Michael Baker. He actually participated in a 3v3 tournament. I don't exactly know the details, so I'm just gonna let him take over. He's gonna talk about where it was, the amount of players, so on, who he played with.
I played in a place called Oviedo. It's right next to Orlando. There was 78 players, so 26 teams. And my teammates were, I think it was third place in Swiss at the PPG, Ricky Rojas, and then our friend Steven Josephik, who's also topped a few PPGs. And we got top 4, and then we decided to split because one of the teams had a family issue come up or something.
Well, that's very nice of you guys. You could have just savaged him, but that's very nice of you guys. All right, cool. So, you can just dig on into the list. I mean, honestly.
So, pretty standard. I played 3 Alpha, 3 Zeta, 2 Gamma, and then 2 Delta. After the event, I actually ended up taking out the second Delta for a second ritual spell. I can get into that in a little bit. And then for Fairies, we had 3 Diviner, 3 Orange Light, and 2 Ava. So pretty standard DRYTRON package.
Yeah, all the good cards, indeed.
And then for Ritual Monsters, I played the Ben 10, the Ida 10, the Ultimateness, and the Draconoids. I didn't play Natasha, which I know a lot of people do. I felt the card just didn't come up unless you were in very simplified game states, and in simplified game states, DRYTRON should just win a lot of the time.
For sure.
So I just opted out of playing that for extra spot / consistency spot.
Yeah, like your loaded graveyard should help you close out the game. How did you feel about the Draconids?
This card actually came up a lot and won me a few games just because I'd get like double hand trapped and just end on Beatrice this, and then search an Orange Light plus Ascend 2 to the grave is pretty good against a lot of decks.
that is a number of interruptions still, so yeah, for sure.
And then for more consistency cards on the spells, I played 3 Emergency, 3 Nova, and 3 Pot of Prosperity. I know some people play like the Prep of Rights or whatever to search Ben 10. I don't think that fixes any of the deck's issues. This does. It lets you see the cards you actually want, which are the DRYTRON names. Those are the most important things of playing through hand traps.
Yeah, Prep just adds nothing, like you said. Prosperity is insane in this deck, though.
Yep. And as I said, I only played 1 ritual spell for the event, but I did opt into playing 2 after the fact. This card helps a lot in grind games and helps a lot in the should-all matchup when they'll be able to just aerial banish 3. Your ritual spell is going to be one of those a lot of the time. And having that second one to just search on the follow-up, like with the 1 DRYTRON that you have that lets you get into your plays, is really good a lot of the time.
Also, when people yeah, right. When people try to be cheeky and cosmic it, you're just like, it's okay anyway.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Come in the Ida 10, search it from deck.
Yeah, like.
And then final consistency card, I played 1 Foolish Burial. I didn't play Fafnir because I didn't want to play into Troll any more than I had to, and in testing, whenever I would draw that card, I would see it with Nova a lot of the time, which just meant it was just not useful.
Quite redundant. I mean, it gets better when you play multiple ritual spells, but even then, that's another one of those things. It just doesn't add much, so.
And then for the last 7 slots was 3 Tactics, 3 Droplet, and 1 Callback. So I opted to main 0 hand traps because I just felt there wasn't any one hand trap that was good as just like a single of, that if I could just draw it, it's going to blow out every deck. So instead I just played Talents, which helps me out a lot of the problems that this deck will have in terms of like monsters, like Appaloosa, Winda, stuff like that. And then Talents is really good at helping me play through hand traps, so I effectively have like 7 cards in my deck to help me play through hand traps, counting the Orange Lights, which are almost always live when you draw them, because Ben 10 can just...
Yeah, indeed.
And you can just play without normaling your Diviner or whatever for a bit until you can get a little bit further to get that extra.
Right. Also, like, Orange is just better Gamma. Like, you just don't have to play Driver, it just does the same thing. And he a Tuna! But anyway, you can move on to your extra deck.
Alright. So to start, I played 2 Arclight. These were my only Diviner targets. I actually summoned this against a Tri-Brigade player, and it just won me the game by summoning this with Link Karibo. 2 Mubeta, pretty standard. This helps you play through hand traps, and if you don't play 2 of these, so by playing 2, opening Gamma plus Delta is full combo if you play 2. If you don't play 2, that's not a combo. So that's important to note. Fucho, for if I ever get drolled and just simply couldn't play, it just serves as a Wabaku. Beatrice, part of the combo, and then a Zeus. I didn't play Downard or anything like that because I just felt I wanted the extra deck slot, and just being able to just make Zeus on top of this guy came up a lot, or make it on top of Beatrice. Like,
Right.
I never felt the downer to get the 2 mat Zeus or the 2 effect Zeus was good.
Also, I do have one quick question. Why not the Lyrilisk Exceed over the Fuko? Do you have a specific reasoning, or?
Yeah, so the Lyrilisk, if I get drolled, I can just summon Fuko and pass, and I know I'm not gonna die.
True, he is a wall.
My opponent's board. It's literally like activating Wabaku, which is really good, honestly. Like, if I could always have Wabaku in my hand whenever my opponent had troll, I would play that card, unironically. And that's basically what this does.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
And a lot of people will summon monsters in defense position, especially in games 2 and 3 because of Lightning Storm, which means that I don't even need to attack direct. I can just trade life points for a Zeus.
Yeah, that's very true.
And 1 Link Karibo. And I played 1 Anima because this card helps me out Appaloosa in particular, which is a big problem for my deck. And then the Nightmare package. All 3 of these cards are insane.
Yep,
I
seems
think
good.
I resolved. I summoned all of them throughout the day and multiple times got draws off of them.
They're really underutilized these days. Those cards are still insane.
Every single Nightmare card that's ever been printed are insane.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a reason 2 of them are banned. Like, now then, round it off. 1 IP, 1 Boral Sword, and 1 Appaloosa. Boral Sword really helps this deck in killing people because there are a lot of damage breakpoints that you don't have if you don't play Boral Sword. It also helps in the Adagnister matchup because if you're just playing Access Code, you're just going to lose to their Dunmari a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Not to mention if they summon a 6k, you have to make Appaloosa and then link it away for an access code, and that's just not realistically happening.
Good God, no.
But I did actually have an Adagnister opponent, and I 2-0'd him, just off-summoning this card plus Herald both games, and there was nothing he could do. I played through 2 interruptions both times, and there's nothing he could do about it.
You just like negate his guy in grave and just beat the shit out of his fucking rival Cybers?
Yep.
Seems good.
One of the times he was even a 6k. So now onto the side deck for mostly back row hate cards as well as Lightning Storms, which are good for link decks and stuff that summons Appaloosa. And we also played the 1 red reboot. And then the rest of my side deck is just hand traps. I had 3 Ash, so just a good generic card to bring in for rogue matchups as well as trap decks. Droll for the mirror, and then 2 Ghost Bell, which I would always side in going first in order to counter DD Crow and Cycle Reader. And then 1 Lancia, because I was expecting a decent amount of Tri-Brigade and Virtual World at the event, and if I ever get 2 hand-trapped, I can just search this and know that they're going to pass their turn most likely, and I can kill them on the follow-up.
Honestly, bro, kudos of the bell in the sideboard. That's actually really smart. I don't know why more people haven't just like went to try to like go for like a counter side like that. That's kind of huge, to be honest.
I know a lot of people are on like anti-spell or whatever, but if I resolve my combo, even if you have droplets, you're not playing through 2 orange lights. So I don't.
Yeah,
really care
I mean, seriously.
Get 3 cards out of your hand unless you're the mirror match, in which case like I'm also bringing these cards in.
Yeah, for sure, because they just do work. They do work there as well.
I really wanted to main Bell because I know DD Crow is seeing a lot of play this format, but I just couldn't find the space, and I felt that Talents was stronger because it could cover, just any hand that my opponent has double hand trap in that doesn't include Imperm. I just play through it a lot better.
Yeah, for sure. Either by just like comboing anyway and ripping a card, or the draw 2. Yeah, for sure. Looks really solid. I mean, like, it's very, very overall clean list. And obviously you've made really the one change that you would have made by adding the second Meteonis. So yeah, it's pretty sweet.
I might test around with the extra deck a bit. I'm not entirely confident that this is like the perfect extra deck, but I think my main deck until the format shifts at all, like is pretty solid, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure. Seems good indeed. You got any shout outs or anything like that? I imagine somewhere you do.
Shout outs to my teammates, obviously, they played really well. Shout outs to Alejandro Cruz for lending me the entirety of the DRYTRON deck and also helping me in testing and make some last minute decisions the night before. I almost didn't play this card. Shout out to him. I would not have played it if it wasn't for him.
He is the homie. Yeah, he is the homie. That's awesome.
I'm gonna play Black Rose over it because it's just a main phase 1 Zeus, but
yeah, no. I mean the
effect is very nice.
Right. I mean the Black Rose plays fine, but yeah, no. I'd be chilling on that. All right. Well, Michael, man, thanks for coming on the channel, bro. All my socials will be down below. You can catch me on Twitch and stuff.